Forgot to do that last night, so I had to wait for like.
Press play. There's the magic finger. Pressing down. Yeah.
The Wrestling Club with Darren and Brett. We've got a show that you'll never forget.
Greetings, Grapple fans, and welcome to WFMU's Wrestling Club, the only space that's safe for all wrestling fans, whether you're casual, lapsed, obsessed, or ashamed. I'm Darren Maybe, broadcasting from my new seaside abode here in Jersey City, where the waters have stopped pouring in. The tide is receding. It's been a crazy week here in the old in New Jersey, but it's been a crazy week in wrestling. Thanks for hanging out with us last night for our all out post show. You can listen to that where you get your podcast or on YouTube. We better just jump right into it. We've got quite a prestigious show for you tonight. But first, let me introduce you to my tag team partner, coming to us live via satellite from Hollywood, California, the Nicholas to my Braun, Brett Davis. Brett!
Hey, Darren. Hey, how are your new lakes in New Jersey?
It's great. Route 7 is gone, but now we have the nice South Kearney Pond. We can, stroll next to, where the garbage is. It's a real mess. New Jersey's not going to last much longer, so we got to just ride it out while we can. How's California?
We could use some of that water. Always scarce over here.
It's never
lots of
good.
Fires.
It's never good when water pools anywhere in New Jersey where we grew up.
Yes.
It's not good.
Yeah. I can't wait for the new West Nile to drop.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like I feel like the New Jersey of like the trauma films. It's back. Only a little more it's like Venice with its canals.
Yeah, who's gonna be the new Toxic Avenger? I think it's gonna be that guy that did a backflip off a bridge in Philly into like brown water.
Yeah. Did you see the guy in the kayak going down Newark Ave in Jersey City?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
But speaking of Philly, somebody who I'm led to believe hails from there is our very special guest this week. He has been all over the world of wrestling. He has wrestled in Evolve. He's wrestled in GCW, Ring of Honor, NWA very recently. He was even part of a secret fight club called Raw Underground just once. He's had matches with Homicide, Matt Cardona, even the Rock and Roll Express, who Ricky Morton just retweeted our video. Just a quick digression.
Wait, Brett, you're getting, hold on, your ADHD is coming out.
Last night I tweeted Ricky Morton saying
Wrestling Club with Daryl and Brett.
And he retweeted it. But I digress.
Okay, so
recently he celebrated his 25th anniversary, also his 25th birthday, with a victory over his father, Steve Corino, Mr. Old School, in a 30-minute match. And on September 17th, he'll be swimming through your waters in Jersey City at Grace Church for Catalyst Wrestling's Steal This Show. Let's welcome our very special guest, Colby Corino. Colby, are you with us?
I'm here.
Welcome.
Can you see me?
I cannot see you.
Okay.
maybe check if the video's on, or I don't know. Zoom's never what you want it to be.
It says the host disabled my video.
Oh, there we go. Turnabout here with Brett. Good job.
There we are.
There we
Look
are.
at that. Look at that smile.
Yeah. This is the new and improved Colby Corino. Gone are the blonde locks.
Aerodynamic.
Yeah, shooter Corino, I'd like to say.
That is a head of hair I'm quite jealous of.
Welcome to the show. How are you feeling after your big 25th anniversary match? It went like 30 minutes or something with your dad.
Yeah, 34 something. I was just looking at the cage match today. I don't just like memorize all my match times, I promise. But I feel good. I feel very tired though. I haven't got a very much time to relax. Right after my match with my dad, I hopped on a plane to go to NWA. I wrestled there in Missouri 4 days in a row, and then I came home. I went right back to training, and then this weekend I just got back from a show in South Carolina at Palmetto Championship Wrestling, and I finally got a day of rest today. So feels good though.
Brett, you turned off your microphone.
How is working with Billy? Have you gotten a chance to work with him?
Oh yeah, I actually love it. He's great. He's very involved in the whole process. He's very like open and like receptive to talent. Like if you need to talk to him, he's right there to talk to.
Is he chill? I want to know more about his vibe around in wrestling.
He's just a normal dude.
Yeah.
He's very cool, I'd say. But he definitely doesn't like act like anyone else. Like he just acts like another person in wrestling, you know?
He's a lot taller than you would think he is.
He is a giant.
He's so big. That's for me as a kid. You know, I grew up listening to his music, and then I saw him at a TNA show in 2007, which is a long story. You can check that out in the archive. But he's so large. He's just such a large man. But you know, he's good. I feel like he is good with wrestling talent. He always has cool talent on his shows. You know?
Oh yeah, he definitely has an eye for talent.
Yeah, and that's pretty important right now because everybody's getting gobbled up. You wrestled on Raw Underground, which I have a lot of questions about too. But yeah, it's you really kind of have to be paying close attention to the wrestling world, I think, to even compete. And he's competing, and he's got talent like yourself. You're doing a show in Jersey City at Grace Church. Have you been to this venue?
No, this is actually the first time Catalyst Wrestling is running at this venue. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty excited to check it out.
Yeah, I think I've seen photos of it where it's very austere.
What does austere mean? That's outside my vocabulary.
Very, very regal. Very I don't know. It's a very pretty venue.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know what you're going to be up to on that night?
I'm defending my Catalyst title against Darius Carter.
Okay. I'm unfamiliar with Darius Carter. Tell me a little bit about him and what your strategy is going into this.
He's a pretty big dude from the Northeast. He has more of like a bruiser style. So most of my strategy with like guys that are bigger is that like they can't really match me with speed. So I try to outsmart them, be a little faster, do a couple more flips. That usually gets me by in the most parts.
Now,
as a second generation wrestler, you should be able to outsmart them because while you're young, 25, is that right? 25 years old?
Yeah, you're right.
You still have a lot of wisdom that's been imparted on you, I'm sure, from all the veterans you've been around seemingly your entire life. You know what's funny, Brett? We used to always do a thing on Wrestling Club, which is 1 year old this week. Isn't that crazy? But we always do a thing where we had guests on. We'd always ask them. Our gimmick question was, what's your first memory of wrestling? And it was always, we did it at first, but then everybody was like, oh, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. I feel like, Colby, if we ask you your first memory of wrestling, it's going to be a lot different than your average wrestling fans.
Oh man. Well, like my first actual memory of wrestling was just sitting in the locker room and like my dad coming back and he's covered in blood. And like I'm not like freaked out or anything. Like I'm just like, oh yeah, normal again. And he like came, sat down, and I wiped the blood up, like put a band-aid on it on this like big old gash on his forehead, like that would, and like I don't know, that was just what was normal for me at a young age.
Wow.
Yeah, I was thinking about that last night watching All Out. Pentagon Junior's kids, I presume, came and they got bloody hugs from their bleeding demon father. Yeah, you actually, I wanted to ask you about this. Yeah, your first credited match, on cage match, is a tag team match with your dad in New Jersey against Don Montoya and Reckless Youth. You probably, maybe you get asked about this too much, but I'm very curious as to what the story behind this was.
That match was a little too early for me to even remember what like the story was, but we had a long ongoing feud with Don Montoya and Reckless Youth, like that spanned like multiple years as I was a small child, and that was one of the many matches we had.
And then a bunch of your, how old were you for that one?
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you possibly the youngest wrestler in like wrestling history?
I think Kevin Owens' kid won a match when he was like 1 or 2 years old, so I think he's got me.
Wow.
Hair.
Yeah. And there's King Maxwell too. I bet, you know.
Oh yeah.
Also a record with me.
Well, we wanted to talk about this week. If you're willing to, if you're comfortable talking about this. I don't know if you have PTSD from your match at 5 years old, but professional wrestling has had this history of kids that have gotten into the ring, whether they're the sons of wrestlers, maybe just as a second for a match, a special match, or there are various reasons why kids would step in the ring. But we wanted to figure out who the best of the best was. And man upstairs, Isaiah, if you will, we want to present the first ever, the Littlest Prince of the Ring. This is a brand new tournament that we are holding. This spans all of history. So, you know, if George Hackenschmidt's kid happened to get in the ring once, he would be eligible. But Darren and I spoke, and we have narrowed it down to 8 of the best. Colby, sadly, you did not make the cut, only because we want you part of the booking committee. We don't want any controversy. You know, you putting yourself, your 5-year-old self into the finals. We don't want that. So if we could start out with the first entrant into this tournament.
So this is a tournament. We should say this is a tournament we're going to do.
Single elimination tournament. Right. That's right.
And we should remind our listeners to our podcast, you should check out the YouTube link because we have a lot of graphics and stuff that Brett works so hard on. He's been working on them for weeks.
Yeah. Or check out Wrestling Club WFMU on Instagram or Wrestling_Club_ on Twitter. But yeah, let's take a look. Our first entrant is Gage Goldberg.
Wow.
Wrestling Club favorite, little buff boy, loves to take his shirt off. You know, his signature move, the dab. We saw him do it multiple times during Goldberg's comeback run. I feel like
Gage Goldberg on like the Pee Wee football team. This kid's taking, this kid will run right through you.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little bit of his dad's intensity, not quite dad's body.
Yeah, we're not talking about the new Gage who's jumping on Bobby Lashley's shoulder.
Post-pubescent Gage.
Yeah, we're talking like soft Gage Goldberg. You know, dad got back in the ring for him. Colby, how do you think you would fare, either as your 5-year-old self or as your adult self, against Gage Goldberg?
I don't know. I just feel like he strikes me as a real, like, my dad could beat your dad up type of kid. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if he could back it up, though.
Yeah, he's like the coach's son kind of thing.
Exactly. He's so elite, he doesn't have to be, I feel like.
Yeah, there's a confidence in him. Well, let's see how he stands up to his opponent. Let's take a look at who it is. We have got Nicholas. That's right. The WrestleMania championship winning kid. He has partiality because his father is a referee, not necessarily the referee of his match, but you know, there's something there's a zebra brotherhood, the brotherhood of the stripes. That's what I was trying to call it.
Okay.
We had Bryce Remsburg on.
Right.
He's also big into Fortnite, has bad posture. That is a weakness.
But he's working on that.
Yeah, he's working on it. But again, this is 2018 era Nicholas. Colby, as somebody that's stepped in the ring numerous times over your 25 years in life, you know, that could have been your spot. How did you feel seeing Nicholas kind of take something, an opportunity that could have been yours?
I don't know. I feel like Nicholas could go all the way with his
Yeah.
dad being a referee, and like him being a second generation, but he's like, his dad wasn't a wrestler, so I feel like his dad has to live vicariously through him, and like he never actually lost the tag titles either, so I feel like that makes him pretty S tier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Nicholas, you know, he is championship material. You know, I think the champion's edge goes into this one with Gage. Boy, you know, I think it's going to be unanimous. Should we put it to a vote, Brett?
Yeah. I'm gonna vote Gage.
Whoa, why? I wonder why. Why, Brett?
Just
Well, we'll vote. We'll just
big
vote.
fan.
I'm going with Nicholas. I love that hair, and I think the posture makes him kind of edgy.
I'm going with Nicholas too. I feel like he's just going far in this business or in this tournament.
Brett, sum it up. Why'd you pick a loser like Gage?
I just look at Gage, and not that this is a pro in life, but Gage seems like a type of kid that's maybe bullying the Nicholas in his school. Which, you know, again, not great in life, but in the ring, you know, the confidence will get you places. But it seems like the fiery babyface Nicholas moving on to the next round.
I have a question. Are we bullying Gage right now? Let's just move on. Who's our next man upstairs, Isaiah? Who's our next contestant in the Littlest Prince of the Ring?
Well, the Littlest Prince might be the Littlest Dragon, or the Little Dragon, Richie Steamboat, circa 1992, although that picture is a little older than that. You know, you saw him.
I just read the graphic card here.
Yeah.
It's very funny. Okay, so Richie Steamboat, his strengths are his supportive father.
Mm-hmm.
His nickname is the Little Dragon, and his greatest rivalry is Ric Flair's escorts.
That's right. During Ricky Steamboat's feud with Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat was positioned as the family guy. He's got his wife and his son. Ric Flair just had escorts. Or you know, just female Ric Flair fans. But he's made an appearance at WrestleMania as well. He's been in WCW main events. He had an NXT run, but we're not talking about that Richie Steamboat. Colby, this guy's got credentials. We see a great physique already developing. What do you think about Richie Steamboat?
Honestly, 1992 was a little before my time. I wasn't born until 1996, so I wasn't able to experience Richie Steamboat in his prime years. So I feel like that it's really up to who he's up against in this one.
Well,
see, I'm a little bit older. I'm 36, and I remember Richie Steamboat. And I always thought he was a little shit because he's all scared of the escort, you know, Ric Flair's ladies, and you know his dad's always like kissing him and stuff. I was like, this kid's a dweeb. He ain't no dragon.
Was he kissing him on the lips?
Yes, he kissed him on the lips
on TV. Oh man,
isn't that weird? The child who bandaged his father's wounds.
Who else did that? Didn't Titus do that?
Yes, yeah, he loves kissing his boys. Yeah,
I know Vince kisses Stephanie on the lips sometimes.
Okay, so who's
families are different.
Who is Richie going to be facing in this first round of the tournament?
Well, what you gonna do when he comes for you? It's Dominic Mysterio, circa 2005. One of his weaknesses is that unstable home life. He doesn't know who his poppy is. His own custody was put on the line in a ladder match at SummerSlam. He's always nervous, always shifting. We've seen he's grown into a lot more of a confident person, but right now we've got an unstable life. But Rey Mysterio started out not much older than Dominic did. He's probably already in the ring doing some early lucha. I think this is the match of the night so far. Even the first round.
All right.
Colby, how do you feel about this matchup?
I feel like Dominic's taking this one real easily. Like whether his dad is Rey Mysterio or whether his dad is Eddie Guerrero, that's like a really good lineage. And like he's got to have some genetic talent in there versus Richie Steamboat, who is just scared of Ric Flair's escorts.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Richie Steamboat also has the pedigree, but I feel like Dominic, he's hanging out with Uncle Eddie either way. So he's learning all kinds of maneuvers. Where Richie, he's doing arm drags real deep. He's following the rules. He's listening to his mom. I go with Dominic as well. I think Dominic rips him apart.
I think it's less of an even match, but or an uneven match. I think they really go the limit, but Dominic ekes it out in the end.
All right.
Yeah. All right, Isaiah, who do we have next? We've got Tyler Fullington, who maybe Colby has met or encountered in his youth. He is a member of Raven's unit. I want to call it the Flock.
Raven's Flock.
He's cool. He's got that leather jacket. He's got the flannel tied around the waist. But he's easily brainwashed. He turned on his own father to join Raven at a very young age.
And Brett, what's his catchphrase? What do you have his catchphrase down as there?
Quote the Raven, nevermore. Colby, did you ever encounter Tyler Fullington, either as a kid or as an adult?
I don't remember him as an adult, but I'm sure I played with him a few times as a kid. I feel like he's definitely got something going for him because like he's the kid of the Sandman that definitely adds some crazy points to you. He definitely got some hardcoreness in you, and then willingly went to hang out with Raven. So I feel like he maybe picked up some of the smartness of the wrestling business in there too. I feel like that's
Raven's got that high IQ. Definitely passed on some stuff. I will say with confidence that in 1996 Tyler Fullington at least has had a beer. Let's see who he's facing. Man upstairs, Isaiah. We are going to join the Dark Order with -1.
Wow.
Our newest, youngest entrant. Again, he is a member of the Dark Order. Might even be the leader of the Dark Order. I'm not quite sure how the power structure works out. Obviously, after the passing of Brody Lee, he's become a more frequent on-screen character. Even had a feud with Marco Stunt on Dark. Again, weakness similar to Tyler. He is technically in a cult. And he is also hardcore. He has carried around a very tiny kendo stick. And he's got tons of backup in the Dark Order. This is our hardcore match of the night for sure. Colby, what are your thoughts?
I mean, can you really use being in a cult against him if he's the leader of the cult, though?
That's very true.
True. I feel like.
But here's the.
Oh wait, what do you got?
-1. He's got his tiny kendo stick, but Tyler Fullington, he was raised with that thing. He's got it in his blood. So I feel like
full size one.
Yeah, this is the match of the night, in my opinion. Brett, who do you think ekes it out in the end?
Well,
I mean, if it's a hardcore match, then it's no disqualification. So I feel like it's also Ravens Flock versus Dark Order. And if it's going to come down to that, I feel like Dark Order wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, strength in numbers. I think maybe we do get a run in from Sandman, making one less plea to his son, maybe throwing the kendo stick, and maybe the kendo stick hits Tyler, knocks him out, and -1 gets the victory. I don't know. That's how I see it playing out.
I think it's negative. I think it's -1 all the way. And also, Colby, you bring up a very good point in that, when you compare the two stables, Ravens Flock might be the most dysfunctional stable in wrestling history. I mean, those guys Raven wasn't helping out wasn't bringing anybody up with him. You know what I mean? Stevie Richards, BWO, those guys got thrown to the wolves more than once. So -1, I think -1 takes it as well.
I'm going to say not only does -1 win, but Tyler Fullington joins the Dark Order.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's a real interesting twist.
All right. I think we are all in agreement. -1 moves forward, one step closer to being the Littlest Prince of the Ring. Final first round match. Let's see who we got. Here comes the money. We've got Rogan McMahon, the son of Shane McMahon. Also has been seen at WrestleMania in his little league Shane O'Mac jersey. He is a McMahon. This is one of the hugest edges you could have in professional wrestling. But with that, it comes weak punches and hereditary megalomania. Most definitely a future WWE champion. He just
maybe
needs
sooner
to
than you think.
Yeah.
NXT, right? That's like a Nickelodeon show now, right?
Yeah.
So it's so Brett, we chose Rogan for this tournament. But there are many other brothers that all kind of look the same and look like a mini Mean Street Posse.
Yeah, there's Declan, there is Kenyon, but I chose Rogan. He's the one in the middle.
Why not?
Yeah. I think that the money, so to speak, is with Rogan. And let's see who he's going to be facing. He is a future professional wrestling journalist, but right now he is the champion of the Youth Wrestling Federation. We're talking about 1992 Brian Alvarez. Again, his strengths, he's got that insider information, but the weaknesses, he's going to be small forever. So
that's mean. We're mean.
Darren, how do you think this shapes up? You're an expert on Brian Alvarez for sure.
This is it. I'm telling you, I got 3 words for you. Finger poke of doom. Chico Alvarez is going down on this one, and he's happy for it. He's getting paid. He's got his Youth Wrestling Federation to start jumping on the trampoline with. I'm saying Rogan takes it real quick, real fast. Squash match done, in and out. It's like Warrior and Triple H at WrestleMania 12. Rogan all the way.
I don't know anything about Rogan, so I'm gonna have to go Brian Alvarez, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Brian Alvarez as well, because, and I don't think it's gonna be great for him politically, but we didn't say this is a WWF sanctioned event or WWE sanctioned. This is this is I don't know where should we say Jersey All Pro. This is in Jersey All Pro.
Okay.
And Brian Alvarez is a worker. He is a champion at the age.
But look, Shane, he's not a worker. He's still a wrestler. I'm saying.
That's true.
You think Rogan's not going to do it? I don't know. I think when push comes to shove, Brian Alvarez is doing the honors for Rogan McMahon and Kenny McMahon and Dieter. What was the other fucking kid's name?
Here's actually, I'm going to pitch this because we seem to be a bit of a disagreement. I've also prepared several alternates. I think that no chance in hell mentality passes down to these kids, and Brian Alvarez, he's backstage. He's been taken out. Who did it? I don't know. It could be anybody. It could have been the Shield.
Oh, you're saying there was so you're saying Brian Alvarez was the victim of some circumstances. Someone takes him out in the back.
Yeah.
Clip
So
him.
I'm going to open it up to the board of directors. I actually chose several alternates.
All right, let's get him in there.
Yeah, let's take a look at these alternates. Who's going to take the place of Brian Alvarez? Right now, we've got the Stampede youth of TJ Wilson and Teddy Hart, future stars, but we're talking about them in the late 90s. We've also got Haruka, who is a girl. However, she does compete in intergender matches, notably had a match against current AEW champion Kenny Omega. We also have two of Darren's favorites. Darren, can you explain who Backlund's Kids Wrestling Club are?
In 1984, Bob Backlund was not WWF champion anymore, but they decided to bring him back in the summer so he could coach. He could introduce you to some of the youth wrestlers he coached, and I believe that's I think one of their names is Lance, and the other one maybe is Kevin. I'm not sure, but they're small children that Bob Backlund wrestled with on WWF television in summer of 1984.
Yeah, they had a singles match on Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, they wrestled each other. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
The children were fighting each other while Bob was cheering them on. It was weird.
And lastly, and this is another controversial pick, that's why he's an alternate, but Hornswoggle has in canon been presented as a child, as seen here.
Brett, I wanted to when we were talking about this idea of we actually didn't talk about Hornswoggle in this, but I thought about this as well as an example of parallel thinking. However, I said, that's probably too offensive.
I am just going by how WWE presents it. Here we see a photo of him. He is he has just handed chocolates to Ariel Winter, circa 2011, when she's in Modern Family. If he has a crush on a little girl like that, I would only pray that he is a small child. Vince McMahon treated him like a child. It varied week to week, but I'm going to say in canon, he is a child. So who is going to be Brian Alvarez's alternate? I'll leave it up to the booking committee.
Well, who's the booking committee, Brett?
It's the three of us.
Oh, it's the three of us. I don't think Hornswoggle counts. I mean, if we're gonna have Hornswoggle, why don't we have Dink? And I tell you, Dink is a better child character than Hornswoggle, in my opinion. So, but they're both out. Haruka, it's TJ and Teddy. No, I'm not gonna bring them in. They're trouble. They're troublemakers. Those kids. Bob's Wrestling Kids. They're more of a tag team. I don't think I could pick one over the other. So I got to go with the little girl.
Yeah, Colby, how do you feel about this?
I feel like we should just keep it to legitimate kids. No Hornswoggle. I was kind of lost on the rest of them. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, let's go with Darren's pick. Let's do Haruka. Moving forward, she's not going to take any shit from Rogan McMahon. Does this change the outcome? Does Rogan win? Does he still manage to cheat? Or does Haruka use some of that stardom training to take out the middle child McMahon?
I feel like Rogan takes it on this one now. He's still got that McMahon name.
No. Darren, you feel the same?
She's a very good wrestler, but I've only seen her get her ass beat. So I'm saying Rogan's taking it.
I'll have to agree. All right, let's breeze through the second round.
Yeah, let's breeze through.
Gage Goldberg is out. Nicholas goes up against Dominic Mysterio. I say Dominic goes. I mean, he's trained. Nicholas is the referee's son. He's a champion, but
Dominic all the way.
Dominic goes.
Yeah. So Dominic moves on to the finals. Now we got a big interpromotional war. We got -1, the heart and soul of AEW against Rogan McMahon, the heir to the McMahon family fortune, and WWE most likely.
Okay, I'm going to put it out there. In the year 2046, when Shane McMahon walks out on Dynamite saying, who bought the show? You know what I mean?
I now own AEW.
And Rogan McMahon will defeat -1 in that show.
All right.
Prove that the McMahons are the best.
All right. Now we got to the finals. We've got 2005 Dominic Mysterio We got mid 2010s Rogan McMahon. We're talking Hell in a Cell match intro Rogan McMahon.
Here comes the money.
Who do we think is going to be the littlest Prince of the Ring? Colby, I'll start with you.
Oh, I'm picking Dominic.
Dominic. Darren, where do you land?
I'm going with Rogue. Rogue all the way.
All right. I have a lot of power right now.
Yeah, you do.
And, part of me thinks that Rogan McMahon's going to pull rank. But Dominic, he's been bouncing around that ring his whole life. I'm going to go with Dominic Mysterio.
Wow.
Is the littlest Prince of the Ring, circa 2005. Congratulations, Dominic. Your award will be coming in the mail. Colby, any thought? Anybody that you feel like could have been in this tournament?
Besides yourself, obviously.
Trying to think who we're missing here. I can't think of any. I feel like you got most of the big ones.
Yeah. Did you have any maybe underground picks? Any kids that you would maybe grow up with, hang out at shows with, that you think, yeah, maybe they didn't get the spotlight, but they really could have taken this if things were a little different?
I feel like Miranda Gordy's going to make it soon.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about her.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen her in a couple places. I feel like she's starting to emerge.
Yeah, she's part of that. What are they called? They were just in the NWA show. Do you know what I'm talking about? The new Fabulous Freebirds.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah. They have a funny name, but I'm blanking on it. But yeah, we didn't include many girls. The Natty Neidhart, Brittany Knight, Izzy, Indiana, and Madigan Warrior. They're all for, if we do a little princess tournament, we'll see. But it's the problem is there are already princess tournaments in Joshi, so we might need to come up with another title. But wow, Colby, thank you for being a part of this.
Yeah, and when are you wrestling in Jersey City? Let's get that date out there again.
September 17th.
Mm-hmm.
September 17th, and that's at the
Grace Church.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. There's a bunch of great videos. There's a nice little mini documentary of you on the Catalyst Wrestling YouTube page. You're also a member of the Ugly Ducklings. You guys are all over the place. Do you have any other shows you want to plug? Maybe some people could watch from home.
You could watch PWF on IWTV. That is my home promotion in North Carolina. You can visit my merch site at colbycarino.bigcartel.com. Follow me on Twitter at Colby Corino. Follow me on Instagram at Colby.Corino because someone stole at Colby Corino. And pro wrestling tees too. I got a pro wrestling tees store, which is prowrestlingtees.com/Colby Corino.
So Colby, I have one more question, and I've been kind of teasing it, but I know you're not supposed to talk about Fight Club. That's like the fun thing. But is there anything you could tell us the secrets of Raw Underground?
It was the most I ever got for any match in WWE. It was some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the underground thing. I don't want the Raw Underground Mafia to come for me. But thank you so much for being a guest on Wrestling Club.
No, thank you.
Thanks, Colby. Big fan.
Yeah, I appreciate your time, Darren. You're back in your same time slot.
Saturday nights, baby, indefinitely. I have the new 2022 WFMU schedule has been released. I will be staying at midnight on Saturday night. So if you want to come hang out, it's been kind of getting we got a little bit of a ruckus going on at midnight now on WFMU on Saturday night. So come hang out. And I'll try to have fun before I fall asleep at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah. And check out our All Out show from last night. That's in the podcast feed as well as on the YouTube page.
It was a winding road.
Yeah. We also got music videos and Lulu Pencil and Chi, and there's a lot of fun to be found on our YouTube page. And thank you for listening to Wrestling Club. Leave a review. Darren, why don't you take us out?
All right, that'll do it for Wrestling Club. Thanks to Colby Corino. Thanks to the man upstairs, Isaiah, Steve D for the theme song, and the fine folks at WFMU Radio. If you dig Wrestling Club, please leave us a review. Check out our archive. Give us a 5-star rating on the Melcher scale. Spread the word. Come back next week. We'll be back Monday night at 9 with a whole new show. So until then, for Brett, I'm Darren. This has been Wrestling Club. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Recording stopped.
We've got a show that you'll never forget.